Everyday news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Today is the 22nd of August 2022. Remember, guys, to like, share, comment, and follow. And so, President Emmerson Mnangagwa said this government is going to expedite the provision of national identity documents such as birth certificates, ID cards to communities that were affected by Gukurahundi. Gukurahundi is a term used to refer to a military operation carried out by the North Korean trained 5th Brigade of the Zimbabwe National Army in Matabeleland and Midlands in the 1980s, which resulted in the death of an estimated 20,000 Ndebele people. Writing in his weekly column in the Sunday News, Mnangagwa said those affected by Gukurahundi were right in feeling that they were being marginalized. He said, "In my interaction with many rural communities, especially in those areas affected by disturbances which visited us in the early years of our independence, it became very clear to me that many of our citizens do not have birth certificates or identity cards, let alone passports. Those affected felt they lived on the margins of citizenship, and rightly so. For families in communities affected by the early disturbances, this amounted to a healing delay, indeed a painful reminder of the trauma they had endured and lived through, a pain which continued to manifest through their failure to access these key national documents. Investigation revealed that this unhappy state of affairs owed to many factors, among them the onerous and rigid registration requirements. The authorities demanded issuance of these vital documents by which citizenship is either validated or rendered nominal or even denied depending on access. The other reasons related to costs, which both a centralized and city-centered services imposed on those who needed the service the most, yet afforded the cost of getting it the least. We resolved the matter through a series of decisions which, among other measures, simplified requirements for issuance of documents, measures which brought the service closer to communities through mobile registration and issuance units, and through decentralization and making the registration process free. I'm now happy that access to birth certificates and national identity cards is vastly improved, with many who had lived in the twilight zone of citizenship feeling they now belong and are now empowered." And so, guys, the man is talking about EMA IDs and birth certificates to those who were affected by Gukurahundi. So he's saying that his government is going to expedite the provision of national identity documents such as birth certificates and IDs to communities that were affected by Gukurahundi. Vanenge vasina ma-requirements anenge achidiwa kuti vakwanise kutora ma-IDs. And I mean, this was supposed to be solved in the early 90s, but we all know kuti nyaya yakabva yangoignorewa since that unity accord yakasiyana naVaMugabe naVaNkomo here. But anyway, the men still need to talk about it. He still need to address some of their grievances through that National Peace and Reconciliation Commission. And yes, I mean, that commission hasn't done anything yet panyaya yeku address some issues avo ivo vari kuMidlands neMatabeleland. And so hope before his term ends next year, the men will act quick panyaids, because it's a chapter that we need to close. At the same time, everything needs to be resolved so that we can move forward. So this is our daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Remember, guys, to like, share, comment, and follow. Bless up.